Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Nicole. Itchy nose. Scorpio, I had talked about the other day in that, I think it was on Sunday when I did that reading, and it talked about additional messages. I put that second video out for you all. And then when I put that out, Spirit's like 3-part series. So when I was getting some things together this morning, I was instructed via Spirit to do just that. So here we are. So we're going to, again, catch any messages. My nose is itching. What in the world? Everything is just like, today. I don't even know how to explain that one. So anyhow, let's get down to it here. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. Thank you to everybody who's liked, shared, subscribed, commented. Those of you that have booked personal reads, and those of you who have donated, become channel members as well. Again, like timing this week has been a little off, getting some things accomplished. So those channel memberships, we're going to get that figured out one way or another. So here we are. All right, Scorpio, let's just get down to it. Cross watcher, if I didn't say this already, welcome aboard as well. If you're here, discern the messages accordingly. Spirit, in this message for Spirit, in this message for Scorpios. What is the matter with me today? What is it that Scorpio needs to know? What is the third part to this, or whatever additional information you may have for our Scorpio collective? Empty room, no people, the end, opportunity. So Scorpio, closings, endings, beginnings, starting over from scratch. Spirit's saying it's about the intended. Taking that as like an intention. Okay, so we'll see what that means in a minute. What else for Scorpio? What else for Scorpio? Half the damn deck just tried to come out, I'll tell you that. Let's see. For Scorpio, please, Spirit. I am sorry. Scorpio, like, I don't know why, serious connotation here to this, but, and then shadow. The other side coexists, reverse sides. Eternal regret. What is this, Scorps? So, okay, okay, so we're going to go back a little bit here. Long lost loved one and a long lost love. Or I don't even, Scorpio, I don't feel like this is a long lost love. This is like an unrequited kind of love. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. A couple messages here. Addiction. There we go. Underneath the bottom, data, backup, digital, electronicization. I can't ever say that word. Electronicization. I don't know. I can't say it. It is what it is. And then underneath the bottom, nothingness, death, meaninglessness, erasure, forgetfulness. Scorpio, I think this is going to be a pretty heavy message, so heads up, right? Like, we're going to call it for what it is here. This is, Scorpio, I don't feel like this is you, okay? I think this I think came up the other day a little bit. Having hope, right? Just having hope for things and feeling like it's like this idea, Spirit's going, one day. Like one day maybe that family member will change. One day maybe my person will change. One day this will change. Scorpio, I think that the way this feels, like you've already addressed this. I don't think someone else has. So I almost kind of feel like this is a message. I can't talk. A message. Spirit, you can't talk because they can't talk. So whoever or whatever you might have blocked, closed off with somebody in the physical, but then also somebody who is on the other side who can't necessarily physically talk to you, right? So I feel like this is like two parts, right? Two different messages coming through here. So we're gonna break this down and see what comes up. Scorps, this is something I think, again, like, for some people, before they pass away, we hope that they will change or be better or do it differently. It wasn't all that long ago I talked about, like, that was Paula Cole's, there you go, right? Paula Cole, when 444 on the clock, I just looked up, that, it's like waking up at 90 years old and going, if I could have done something differently, right? Like, I feel like this is kind of leaning back into that. Like, you may have gotten some synchronization, some data, somehow, messages, communication, signs, symbols, synchronicities, the backup and awareness at a point that you had about something, right? Like you knew something, didn't know that you knew, but you knew, and then you started to kind of piece it together. So this is how this feels to me is, for some of you, you could have lost somebody due to an addiction. They could have had addictions that ultimately led to their demise, right? Just call it for what it is. For some of you, these are people or places or situations that may physically still be in this earthly realm but couldn't get their shit together either. And it's like, it's either, you know, it's like at that point, Scorps, it's you picking, like, it's like looking at it as I pick myself or I'm picking you. And if I pick you, I'm likely to self-sabotage. So to me, this is very much about the lesson around this situation for you, and it coming full circle, Spirit is saying. So we're going to jump into it and clarify, like, if this is somebody in your physical life still existing but separated from, somebody you've blocked, somebody you've got no room for left in your life. I feel like this is them kind of coming in. And again, if you've lost somebody, they're coming through, and you will know. So this could be a pretty specific message. You will know if this is for you. Okay, so let's do some clarifying here. All right, let's see. This empty room, Spirit. Dependability, that's two people right there. Clarity. The writing's on the wall here, Scorpio. So I don't know if you've blocked someone, you've not spoken to somebody. I feel like there's this like missing you factor in this aspect of like, let's just say as a hypothetical, right? Everybody's situation is different. Discern it accordingly. You had a boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever. You would oftentimes go to their house. You would be there, or vice versa. You haven't been there in a month, 2 months, whatever it's been. They're starting to feel the loneliness of the space that you took up in their life. And like, not that you took it up in a negative way, but just your presence, right? And then realizing like, we don't miss something until it's gone. We don't want something until we can't have it. There's that feeling. And I feel like this person, you know, there's been a lot of things around silence in your readings, Scorpio. Spirit's saying, how dare they say something now? And I think they know that. They may have they may want to say something to you. They may have a lot they want to say. And it's almost like they're not taking that initiative to have those conversations with you. And it's like, well, I'll leave the door open. I'll leave the light on, right? Motel 8. Is it Motel 8? I'll leave the light on for you. Spirit. Okay, what is it? Trace Adkins? Like, I grew up on country music. Every light in the house is on. It gives me that feel of like a separation and somebody just kind of waiting for you to show up. Spirit, we don't show up there no more. It's like if you didn't have a discussion around this, the clarity of this is finito. And even if you did have discussions, the reality of the situation is now setting in for this person. Okay. So let's see. Renew. Scorpio, whoever this is hoping to renew something with you. But, you know, I don't feel like this person is taking the initiative again to correct anything. So this person could kind of like, I don't know that I would say, it's like they're leaving the ball in your court. But my problem with that is, like, that's fine, right? Maybe it's your turn. But I also don't feel like they've ever done anything to begin with that shows that they're taking an approach towards you either. So it's like, here, Scorpio, you do all the work. Here, Scorpio, you reach out to me. Here, Scorpio, X, Y, and Z. Some of you could have multiple situations of people who are trying to show up in your life. You may suddenly hear from somebody despite that silence. Like, it's almost like they're pickpoking both energetically and in the silence to get you to open up to them so that they can kind of gauge where you are. And you are not available for this. Like, you are not making yourself available for this at all. The data, the backup to that is you're showing your disconnect from these situations. So somebody's having a real hard time, Scorpio, with your absence in general, okay? Too many cards. This feels like a masculine energy. Doesn't have to be. Spirit too saying for some of you masculines out there, if you're identifying more in that masculine side, you're the one standing on your own. 9 of Cups. The Empress, 3 of Wands. They're waiting. They're waiting for you to show up. And it's like you've turned your back and have moved in. There's that clarity again. Moving into a way of living and being that is very different than what you've dealt with for a long time. 3 and 3, 6. Also divisible by 9. So we have 9, 3, and 3 here. Queen of Swords. It's going from working together to standing alone in a situation, right? So it's a big change for this person. I'm not real sure how this happened, but Spirit is also saying it's been about your harmony and your own personal balance needing to change, right? Getting more in touch with yourself and finding the things that light you up, inspire you, and find you to be like more ambitious moving forward. Pardon the congestion, right? I refuse to take Sudafed. All right, let's see here. For the person that's passed on, Spirit, King of Wands, Page of Cups. I'm hearing in tune, but I still love you. I can't sing, sorry. But I still love you. If there were unresolved issues before someone passed on, where you questioned if they loved you or if it was ever real, like they still love you the best that they knew how to. And that's going to be something that you really need to address within, Scorpio, is, yeah, 2 of Swords. Like, not, this person may not have taken action in the physical world. Spirit saying they fell short every time. Like, did they show up? So this could be, again, family, loved one, you know, whatever. This is obviously some sort of loved one to you. So they may be coming in right now trying to give you messages. You may be finding like little things that are tangibly important to you. So maybe you're finding like an item you'd put away and didn't know what happened to it. All of a sudden you're like, oh, there it is. You know, how did I not find that the last time I was looking for it? It was right there the whole time. Some of you could be getting little gifts. Some of them monetary. I don't know. You could be getting surprise money in the mail, or somebody buying you a coffee, or whatever, someone paying for your bill in the grocery line. Like, little things are showing up as a way to go, even though I'm not there anymore, I'm still taking care of you in a way that I couldn't do in my time on Earth. So, you know, just be aware of that as well. Yeah, they're sending you love in ways that were unexpected. They're doing you, and I've said it quite a bit lately, there are people that leave our lives from this physical existence, and they do us more good from the other side than they do when they're here. True facts. Okay. So let's see here. All right, this, I'm sorry. Spirit's telling me to take this deck. All right. The unspoken apology, eternal regret. The reality of this situation, again, Scorpio, is setting in for somebody. The letters V, E, and R could be of significance to you. Somebody's handwriting could have been very scribbly, like almost like it was almost like they were doubling up on their letters. They would maybe stutter and repeat certain words as well. Spirit is saying, and this feels like the physical 3D, by the way, so the person's still here somewhere roaming this earth. 7 of Cups, Knight of Wands. Never making up their mind. Again, not taking that initiative, not trying to make it work. You know, like, never trying to really, like, have a go-getting attitude. That addiction, I'm going to leave those sit right there. All right. Page of Cups, much more a dreamer. I'll think about it, but I'm probably never going to do it. Tower, yeah. Like, this person in your life, this situation, Scorpio, has... They've been self-sabotaging. They've been their own devil in that regard. It's like I'd rather sit and think about it, like the Seven of Pentacles, Page of Cups, the Star, the Eight of Wands. It's like the unspoken apology, and then this Eight of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Had they just done something, had they just tried, had they just made a full-fledged effort, it's like you both put in a lot of time and energy and effort to things in your own rights, but this person would never step up their game. They would never just take it to the next level. And I talked about that hope for you. It's like always waiting and hoping, like, I've invested, are they going to change? I've invested, are they going to do X, Y, and Z? And, they spent a lot of time thinking about it, but never putting plans into action with you. So now, I feel like you're moving on and moving out of a situation. And now, as they say, the shoe's on the other foot. And now all of a sudden we're thinking about, what could I have done differently? They are, at least, right? Maybe Scorpio, this is you, but I don't think that it is. Three of Pentacles and the Knight of... Some of them could try to want to now. But I also think for a lot of them, just as they didn't take the initiative before, they're daydreaming about this, they're thinking about this. But I still don't think that they do, because they don't take the initiative to make shit happen. So how do you work with somebody who doesn't meet you halfway? And I think, Scorps, this is a big lesson for you around your Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. I love this, right? Like the Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups leading to the Ten of Pentacles. Like, you can start with the potential, but you have to act on that potential. It isn't just going to magically happen for you. Nobody's coming in to say the words for you. Nobody's coming in to do the things for you. You have to show up accordingly. And I don't feel like this person has. They've probably been pretty careless, kind of reckless about things, kind of immature with that Page of Wands. Not really putting in an effort. It's just like everything will just sort itself out. We'll just pretend everything's fine. You have to try. You have to work towards it, right? And I don't feel like this person has ever genuinely worked towards things with you. They were just kind of like, it's like stop and go sort of energy. 17:17 on the clock. Aquarius season. Moving this forward for you, going, you didn't get your wish fulfillment there, Scorpio, so we're gonna, and shock and date. If this is a romantic situation, they could see you out with somebody else, and then it's like the reality of it sinks in. Okay, for others of you, if this is like family and stuff like that, they could hear that maybe you've reconnected with your sister or brother or a long lost friend, and they're like, well, why isn't Scorpio connecting with me? So there's like this little tinge of jealousy about why it is that you're reconnecting with other people, because you're being drawn into those who vibrate according to where you are, not somebody who can't live up to their own standard. Spirit is saying, like, they've got a standard or an idea of how things should be done, but then they never live in it. They never step up to it. It's easy. Partying, love, and addiction. They're used to a very toxic way of everything just has to be fun, right? That Page of Wands, ugh, not my guy, right? It's easier to be uncommittal to things than it is to really try again and put that effort into something. They're very used to that type of, codependent, me, and, why don't you step up to the plate, Scorpio? Well, I have, and where have you been? Still waiting for you to show up. Guess we're gonna wait forever, right? That kind of thing. So let's see here, Scorpio. The person that is on the other side, over, beyond the veil here. For Scorpio, for the person that's passed away. Five of Pentacles. Spirit says it feels like they could have left you high and dry while they were here on Earth as well. And maybe that's how you feel. Two of Cups, Nine of Swords. There's, they don't necessarily have feelings on that side, but Five of Cups. Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups, Two of Cups. I could even say, like, let's say there's an estate settlement or something like that where they just left you next to nothing. Or something happened that stopped you from getting what was rightfully yours. They knew what they were doing. Now the regret sits in. Now they realize, like, how unfair it was. It's almost like death had to happen for them to understand that it wasn't fair. 2 sevens, 2 5s, Wheel of Fortune. It was destined, though. It was destined and fated to happen this way, Scorpio, because you will get other things are going to come into your benefit. This wasn't it. This wasn't it. So they are, though, overseeing something like, putting in their own prayers from you from another realm. Okay? Seeing to it that things are different for you moving forward. And it's just, unexpected things could come out of nowhere. And you're like, where did this come from? This is so weird, so rare, so I never expected this. Honestly, it could be the person that left you high and dry whenever they left this world. Okay? So be aware of that. All right. Now, in regards to the person here on this planet, addictions, the devil, 10 of Wands, sitting there. Go back to this deck. Okay. Scorpio, I'm going to tell you, if you're waiting for someone to like apologize, get their shit together, figure it out, don't wait. Go heal. Because what you're working on, Ace of Wands there too, what you're working on for yourself is up-leveling your life. This person, they're not capable. They constantly toying with ideas, but never making any solid commitments on anything. It's like, if it requires, again, effort, the devil, the strength card, the 10 of Wands, if it requires genuine effort, they'd sooner sit. So if you're wondering what they're doing, what's going on, don't expect much, because they're going to let you down every time. Okay? Advice on that particular situation for Scorpio spirit. They were to teach you something, Scorpio. You had a soul contract. I think it's the end of the road on that one for you. What else here, Spirit? Yeah, it's soulmates and death, separation. It's the end of the road. So if you're questioning if you've made the right decision around separating from somebody, yeah, you're good. You are ready to move on to something that's much more, Spirit's calling it appropriated for you, and this was not it. Okay? So, stellar decision. There's no reciprocity in this. You're either in it all the time or you're not in it at all. Okay? And the person on the other side in regards to this addiction, the Sun, the King of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. They're saying too, like, if this person had addiction issues, and it could be anything that felt like it took them away from you, they recognize that now. A little too late, I guess, right, in a way. 10 of Cups. Hearing that song, I Hope You're Happy Now. Is that, I don't know if that was Carly Pierce or not. 6 of Cups, like, they want you to be happy, and like there's a guilt attached to the idea that now that they're gone, you can be happier. So some of them could have felt like they were burdening you with responsibilities of their struggles in this life. Yeah, 4 of Swords, and it's like they see this as a past for you. The Tower and the Page of Swords, like their own. It's weird, Scorpio. I don't know if I've ever seen it like this before in mediumship, but it's like now that they're gone and the burdens of responsibilities around a situation or what could have felt burdensome to them or to you, now you can move on and move forward from that. It's like, again, this unexpected communication you may get from them in some way gives you, you're starting to realize, like, they're doing more, again, from that side than they could hear, and they want you to be happy. They want you to move on with your life. Stop worrying about why it didn't happen the way that it the way you wanted it to. It happened exactly as it needed to. That's the important message in this, okay? And the advice around that, Scorpio. The Death card and the Coffin card, Scorpio. Pictures and camera. Like, don't worry about the past anymore. What's done is done. It's over. Here's where you liberate yourself. Here's a sense of freedom. Don't feel guilty for feeling like you had to I don't know. It's like, I feel like in times you were taking on their weight in life, whether it was responsibility, ailments, whatever it could have been. And I'm going to tell you too, for some of you, if this person is still living, I think you look back at this and go, could I have done something differently for this person? No, you could not have. There's nothing you could have done that would have made it any different, even if they're still in this physical existence. That loss, you can lose a person over and over and over again in real life. By the things they do, the things they say, it just breaks your heart. So Scorps, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this video was helpful to you, brings some clarity, insight, wisdom. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Personal reads are open and available. And information is in the description box below and the About section of the page. Take care. I'll see you soon.